Hello class, I am Teacher Clark. How are you doing today? I hope you are all good.
Welcome to my class.
Hello class, before we proceed to our video lesson, let's have first a review. Can you explain the function of female and male reproductive system? Always remember class that the female and male reproductive system plays an important role in the reproductive processes of all organisms here in this world, including us humans. The reproductive system is very important in order for every species to survive. Let's start our lesson for today. At the end of the video lesson, you should be able to identify the different glands of the endocrine system, determine the hormones involved in each gland, and explain the function of each gland. Let's start. What word can you form out of these jumbled letters? Hint. If your answer is hormones, you got it right. Next, what word can you form out of these jumbled letters? Hint. If your answer is endocrine, you got the correct answer. Do you have an idea about hormones? How about endocrine system? I guess most of you have an idea about hormones and the endocrine system. The endocrine system is composed of different glands that secretes different types of hormones. These hormones can affect almost every cell metabolism as well as reproductive processes and mood. But how does our endocrine system function? What are the different glands and the hormones involved in the endocrine system? And what may be the possible effect of these hormones if one of our glands did not work properly? In order for you to learn more about our lesson, watch this video.
Hormones are chemicals produced by various glands. Hormones act as messengers affecting the activity of another part of the body. Such messengers are normally transported through the bloodstream. The pituitary is a pea-sized gland that controls the function of most other glands and secretes a variety of hormones, such as growth hormone and thyroid-stimulating hormone. The pituitary itself is controlled by a small brain region called the hypothalamus. Growth hormone regulates bone and muscle growth and physical development. The thyroid is a gland in the neck. It secretes thyroid hormones, which control the speed of the body's chemical functions, or metabolism. Thyroid hormones affect many vital functions, such as heart rate. Another gland, the pancreas, helps control the levels of glucose in the blood by secreting insulin, which moves glucose out of the blood and into cells. Diabetes occurs when the body does not produce enough insulin to control blood sugar levels. There are two adrenal glands, one on top of each kidney. The adrenals secrete several hormones, such as epinephrine, aldosterone, and cortisol. These hormones help control heart rate and blood pressure, maintain fluid and mineral balance in the body, and respond to stress and infection. The testes and ovaries produce sex hormones and reproductive cells under the control of the pituitary. The testes produce testosterone and sperm. The ovaries produce estrogen and eggs.
Have you ever thought about how you get feelings of being excited, moody, or even hungry? No matter how you are feeling right now, your body is producing very specific chemical messages to regulate these exact feelings. These chemical messages control most of your bodily functions, regulating your body temperature, how sleepy you are, how emotional or how stressed you are. They can contribute to how much fat your body stores and where it keeps it, and also controls when you start puberty. The chemicals that control all of these feelings are called hormones. But what exactly are hormones and how do they work? Make sure you hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to be notified about future videos. Hormones are tiny, single-molecule messengers, which take messages to other parts of the body when released into the bloodstream. They are produced and released by endocrine glands. The hypothalamus regulates body temperature, hunger, thirst, sleep, sex drive, and moods, and it controls the release of hormones from other glands in the body. The pineal gland regulates sleep. The pituitary gland controls metabolism, growth, when you go through puberty, reproduction, blood pressure, and much more. The thyroid produces hormones which regulate the body's metabolic rate, heart and digestive functions, muscle control, brain development, and bone maintenance. The parathyroid regulates calcium levels in the body. The thymus produces T cells, which are a crucial part of the immune system. The pancreas produces the insulin that helps control blood sugar levels. The adrenal gland controls sex drive and produces cortisol, the stress hormone, and of course adrenaline. In women, the ovaries produce female sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone, and in men, the testes produce male sex hormones called androgens like testosterone. So really, hormones have a part in regulating almost every bodily process. The pituitary gland is often referred to as the master gland, as it controls many of the others, and the pituitary gland takes orders from the hypothalamus, so these two are like the control center for the body. Let's look at how this works in a bit more detail. Have you ever felt an adrenaline rush? Maybe you've ridden a roller coaster and your heart was racing. Or perhaps you've been watching a scary film and a sudden noise makes you jump. This is the result of your brain thinking you're in danger and releasing hormones to prepare you for a fight or flight response. Firstly, the hypothalamus tells the pituitary gland about it, which in turn releases a chemical messenger into the bloodstream. The hypothalamus also sends a nerve signal down the spinal cord, which is quicker. Both the messages land at the adrenal gland, which reacts by producing adrenaline and sending it into the bloodstream. The adrenaline binds to different organs and produces many effects, including faster heart rate, heightened alertness, rapid breathing, widened pupils. This is just one of the many hormonal reactions that take place in the body. But it shows us how the glands talk to each other, using hormones to relay messages that have real physical effects on the body. Humans have harnessed the power of hormones to their advantage. For example, many forms of birth control use estrogen and progesterone to affect a woman's menstrual cycle and stop the release of an egg, amongst other effects. This means a woman can take hormones to stop herself becoming pregnant when she doesn't want to. Someone with type 1 diabetes cannot produce the hormone insulin, which is usually produced in the pancreas, and therefore must inject it into their body in order to regulate blood sugar levels. Without this option, a type 1 diabetic would suffer from serious health problems. Oxytocin, known as the love hormone, is released when cuddling, being intimate with a partner, or even playing with a dog. Studies have shown that the hormone can reduce blood pressure, which reduces the risk of heart disease. It can also block stress hormones, help heal wounds, and even reduce swelling.
And now, based from the video that you have watched, you've learned that the endocrine system is composed of different types of glands. These glands secrete and produce different types of hormones which affect the functions of our body, that includes our health as well as our emotion. Let's try to do this activity.
Please prepare a pad paper, ball pen, or pencil in order for you to answer the following activities. Now, let's start. Direction. Study each picture that depicts the involvement of a particular gland in the endocrine system. Write down the name of the endocrine gland and explain its effects according to its function. For example, in the first picture, athletes burn up calories during exercise. What particular gland is involved in this function? What particular gland is involved in this function? If your guess is thyroid gland, you are correct. The thyroid gland regulates the metabolism of the body. So that's why exercise is very important in our daily activity in order for us to stay fit and healthy. And now, on your own, you try to answer the following, and we will going to answer it afterward. Number 1. A pregnant woman. What particular gland is involved in this function? If your answer is ovaries, you got it right. The ovaries influence female traits and support reproductive function. Did you know that girls as young as 10 can get pregnant? That is called teen pregnancy. And there is a law in our country, which is the Republic Act 10354, the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012, which is created to ensure the provision, delivery, and access to reproductive health care services and to promote, protect, and fulfill women's reproductive health and rights. Number 2. A boy running away from danger. What particular gland is involved in this situation? If your answer is adrenal gland, you are correct. The adrenal gland produces adrenaline hormone to prepare the body for action, controls the heart rate, and breathing in times of emergency. That's why other people become stronger and can move or run fast when there is an emergency, like in this picture. They can carry heavy loads, run faster, and think quickly because of the adrenaline hormone. Number 3. A kid growing taller. What particular gland is involved in this development? If your answer is pituitary gland, it is correct. The pituitary gland stimulates growth and controls the function of other glands. Number 4. A sick person in bed. What particular gland is involved in this situation? If your answer is thymus gland, you did a great job. Thymus gland produces thymosin, which enables the body to produce antibodies. These antibodies fight harmful bacteria and viruses which can affect our overall health condition. And last, a girl eating sweets. What particular gland is involved in this activity? If your answer is pancreas, you got it right. Pancreas produces insulin and glucagon, which regulates blood sugar. And that's the end of our activity. Good job, class! Excellent job!
Always remember, class, that the endocrine system is essential in regulating growth and development, metabolism, as well as reproductive processes and mood. Before we end up our video lesson, I have a question.
What do you think will happen if one of our glands doesn't work properly? How does our glands affect our physical development as well as our learning development? Can we survive if one of our glands do not function well? This is my brother, Clarence S. Bautista. He was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes when he was in high school. His pancreas cannot produce enough insulin to regulate the blood sugar in his body. So that's why he needs to take insulin twice a day in order to control his blood sugar. But even he has diabetes, it did not become a hindrance to him to finish his college and become a successful music conductor of the Kapampangan liturgy.
This is the end of our lesson for today. For questions, comments, and suggestions, you can email me at clark.bautista@deped.co.ph or you can directly message me in my Facebook account. Thank you for watching, and always remember that science is power.